I guess just big picture, what have these past 10 days been like for you?
I can't even explain it for you. It's been a dream come true. This is something I've been working towards since I was small. So just to get this opportunity is huge for me. It's huge for my family. Getting to watch me on TV after playing overseas these last like 4 years. So it's a dream come true for sure.
What was the feeling like when you got on the court for the first time when you hit your first shot?
Like I said, it's still unexplainable to me. Something I've been working for. But to get here and hit my first shot, man, it just feel like this is where I belong. So all the hard work been paying off.
Xavier, I know your uncle, right, was a Clipper once upon a time. How I guess like how long have you wanted to be in the NBA? Is it something like your entire life you've kind of grown up wanting to do and using him as an example a little bit, or?
Pretty much my entire life. You can say that. When he first made it here, and I'm like, man, I think I can do the same thing. And at the time, I was in middle school, and I had just started playing like organized basketball. So watching him playing like all these leagues over the world, and then making it to the league, never giving up. So then I just took on the same path that he did.
And so that kind of, I guess, is an example for you, right? Like
most definitely. He's the person that I'm always looking up to, calling for advice. I'm sure he'll call me tonight, and we'll talk about the game and probably what I could have done better or what I did good. But he's always proud of me, and he's pretty much my mentor. So I'm always looking for him for advice, and we just talk about life and everything else too.
All right. And then obviously in the fourth quarter today, you gave the Clippers a big lift. Short-lived, but you were there in the mix and making it happen on the NBA stage. Like what was that like?
Like I said, it's something I've been working for, and just to get the opportunity, take full advantage of it. I just so happen to be making shots today, so hopefully we can keep it going and get a different result next game.
You had a moment just to talk again about that fourth quarter. I think you hit your fourth shot in about a couple minutes, and then back on the bench, guys were kind of standing up and waving towels and that kind of thing. Did you see any of that? Or if you didn't, I guess what kind of support have you felt from them as you've gone through this sort of journey for yourself over these past few days?
It's a great group of guys in the locker room. They embraced me since the first day I got here. So, I mean, it's always like that. No matter who's hitting the shot, if it's T-Man or if it's Reggie or if it's me, we all get the same reaction. So I know that they happy for me, man. They happy for me to get this opportunity. And I'm just happy for them when they make a shot as well.
There was a couple sequences in the game where you actually stopped fast breaks. There was a 4-on-1 and you stopped it. I believe a 2-on-1, you stopped that as well. Do you kind of pride yourself? Like, I guess some people wouldn't view you as athletic as you are. You have very, I don't know, I can't describe it well, but you jump very high is what I guess I'm trying to say. I'm sorry about that. But do you think people look at you on the break as defensively and kind of don't assume that you can be a rim protector, but you are?
Yeah, I think a lot of people look at it like that. And most people don't know how athletic I am because it's not really on display unless it's my speed. But I can jump too. Like I'm never really sure it, but I can jump too. So I definitely think people look at it like that, and then that just give me an opportunity to use my athleticism.
You mentioned your first step. You're very quick. Do you think that's allowed you so far in the NBA to get to your spots a little easier than you might have thought coming in?
Absolutely. It's something that I've been using my whole career. Getting to my spots, just knowing when to shoot, when to pass. So it's something that I use to my advantage.
Opportunity like this, like what do you want to do with it, and I guess do you have any idea what the next week or so will hold for you?
Opportunity like this, just taking it one day at a time. Obviously I'm not here to play a huge role, but I'm here to play my role. So whatever they ask me to do, that's what I'm here to do, whether it's run the team, run the offense, or bring energy off the bench. So I feel like I've done a pretty good job of that, and who knows what the next week holds? I don't even know. I don't even know what tomorrow looks like. So, like I said, taking it one day at a time and just being grateful for the opportunity.
How much of a challenge is it to kind of step in? I mean, obviously, I guess as a professional player, you've been doing this for a few years now. Like you understand, like to play your role. But how much of a challenge is it to come into an NBA team without knowing the guys for the most part, and actually like be a point guard?
I guess it's a bit of a challenge. Obviously, the NBA is the highest stage you can play at. So it's a little bit different than me being overseas somewhere else. So just learning the concepts, learning everything that we like to run offensively, and learning the schemes on defense. So I think that's the hardest part of it. But after that, man, it's just about being comfortable. And the guys have made it comfortable for me. So I think my job's been pretty easy.
And I know they love you in Canada. Do you-
Oh yeah, I love them too.
What's that been like, sort of getting that support from those folks?
Amazing. Obviously, we didn't get to have fans in Toronto, but I probably would have had a crazy fan base if we didn't have fans in Toronto. So they've shown support for me the last 3 years, and I'm grateful for that.
You talked about feeling comfortable with this team and feeling accepted. Was there anything, just any specific kind of words of advice or conversation that you've had with anyone, I guess from, the first moments that you were brought up to kind of make you feel a part of this group?
Just the camaraderie that they have off the court. There's no egos. Everybody talks to each other, even Paul and Kawhi. I had a couple of conversations with them. So that just made me feel more comfortable when you could talk to everybody on the team, and also the executive people too. Everybody here is constantly hitting my phone, making sure I'm good. So I think that's a big part of it. Hey, keep going, young fella. Shoot your shots. Obviously it's 10 days, so all I can do is make the most of the opportunity.
On, man. Apologies if this has already been asked, but just want to know like how much you've heard from your uncle, from Jamario, over the course of this run that you've been on with the team.
Oh, we talk every day. He's more like a big brother to me than an uncle. It's always some advice that he got to give me, whether it's on the floor or on the bench, and just telling me to stay ready, be patient. When I get my opportunity, take full advantage of it. So I think that's what I've been doing.
What do you feel like's been the biggest difference? Obviously, you've been in the Clippers G League system. What do you feel like's been the biggest difference between all this crazy travel? I mean, not all 10 days are like these past 10 days have been like, and what you experienced like in the first parts of this G League season?
Just trying to get used to that. Like the travel is crazy. Like going from city to city. Like I think we were in like 3 different cities in like 4 days or something like that. In the G League, it's a little different. Like you might play today and then you might play 5 days from now. So just trying to get a routine, trying to get everything down pat with the sleep, with the eating and all that type of stuff. But I think I'm adjusting to it pretty well.
You played with, speaking of the G League, you played with Jay, you played with Keon, you played with Amir, Brandon. Do you think that's kind of somewhat helped you like get comfortable faster in this setting? Because you're seeing a lot of the same guys you saw there.
For sure. Obviously, we have a relationship because we play together. So coming here, knowing those guys, and then them embracing me the same way that they embraced me in the G League. So that definitely helped me get comfortable too.
Just going back and talking about your journey a little bit, I'm sure with all the stops that you've had, were there times where you kind of just felt more discouraged, like, doubts crept in that you wouldn't make it here, anything like that? And have you had any moments just kind of looking back on those moments that sort of make it feel worthwhile?
I don't think I ever had any doubts, mainly because of what my uncle went through. So I felt like if he can go through it and make it here, then I feel like I can do the same thing. Like I'm on this journey to get here. And I think when I lost my stepdad, like my whole mindset changed after that. Like whatever it took for me to get here, I didn't care what it was, that I would get here. And I'm just happy that I'm here right now.
David, I just want to ask, what would you make of Pat Beverly today?
I ain't gonna lie, I love Pat Bev. I love the energy that he brings. He's always talking trash, so that's something fun to see.
Are you like you're a fan of him?
Yeah, I'm a
him?
fan. I'm a fan of him.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
a fan of
So
him.
what's it like to play against him and have him guard you?
You get to see it up close. I mean, that's the only difference. You see it up close. So I think that was definitely fun, like matching up with Pat Bev.